Michelle and Tony this morning, and I still see a lot of activity on that radar behind you.
Yeah.
Still pretty good clip of snow coming through here right now. We see the end in sight, but we're still several hours away.
In fact, that one darker blue area out across eastern Connecticut indicating but that's probably the last band of heavy snow, because beyond that, we don't see too much. But we've been monitoring social media, and you know, the numbers that come in continue to be impressive, whether they're wind gusts or even snowfall totals. You're hearing amounts of up to 24 in some spots.
Yeah, just got a tweet in about 26 inches in the Smithfield-Lincoln line. So you know, what we were anticipating in that area, up around 2 feet with locally higher amounts, and that's certainly transpired. You
know, and unlike a hurricane where lines are down, you're getting power outages and power lines down that are either buried in the snow, you don't see it, and then to get to that scene is 100 times more difficult, because you've got to travel through 2 feet of snow, unlike in the summertime. And the other thing here, with people without power, unlike the summertime, the concern becomes heat. It's cold. Unfortunately, we're going to be forecasting cold temperatures tonight. Let's go to live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar, because that's really the big question now. A lot of folks asking, you know, when does this snow end? Well, if you take a look at the radar, you can see on the back, well, first of all, Mish, show me this heavier band. You can see that darker strip of blue. It's out across eastern Connecticut right now, and it's right in here. Anytime you see these darker colors, that's intense snowfall rates, and this all has to track off to the east. So this will be crossing the Connecticut-Rhode Island border very shortly. In fact, even some darker bands here in Rhode Island. So this may produce another several inches of snow. As we widen out the view, you can see that back edge of the snow. It's out across well, western Connecticut and certainly through upstate New York. Here's where the drier air is located. So we have all of this to go through. Several more hours before the intensity of the snow starts to let up. And, you know, viewer pictures have been coming in with the folks sticking in yardsticks, not rulers, but yardsticks. Debbie in Coventry, and up to 24 inches of snow. So, you know, the forecast of 1 to 2 feet, locally higher amounts, it's all verifying right now based on weather watchers who have been calling in or emailing us with some of these totals and literally showing us the rulers in the snow. Fog, poor visibility, strong wind in downtown Providence, and moderate snow. Temperatures really dropped off in the last 6 hours, and with power outages, many folks without heat in their homes. You know, during the height of the storm, or last night at 32 degrees, and then the wind turned to the north, and and in some cases we had like a 10-degree temperature drop in an hour. And unfortunately, the cold temperatures will continue throughout the morning and into the afternoon. I show you this map because now these are new numbers that Michelle typed in here. Smithfield at 26 inches of snow. It's been difficult to measure. Well, for one, all the blowing and drifting. So we've had weather spotters taking kind of multiple measurements in the yard, then kind of taking an average. So when you're dealing with a blizzard where there's blowing and drifting, to get to measure the snow is an art form. It's difficult, and we appreciate the reports coming in. Johnston 22, West Warwick at 19, North Kingstown 1.5 feet, over a foot Swansea. Now in New Bedford, this report is 12 inches, but we've had a report of 18 in the northern part of the city, so you can kind of get some great variations over a short period of time. We've had numerous reports of wind damage, whether they're limbs. In fact, I was looking outside our studios here in East Providence, saw some of the limbs in the front of our station have come down, and in some cases whole trees uprooted onto power lines. And as Patrick and Danielle mentioned, just shy of 200,000. That's just Rhode Island alone. At one point, a couple of hours ago, 650,000 people, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire. Travel restrictions and continue for a while longer, and these snowfall rates of at least 1 to 2 inches per hour, just based on the radar trend. The blizzard warning goes into effect, or is in effect until 1 o'clock this afternoon. You may be wondering, well, you just told me the snow is going to end by 11 a.m. or noontime. Why? Well, by definition, the blizzard has nothing to do with snow amount, but rather visibility and wind speed. So you can have blizzard conditions with only 4 inches of snow. Obviously, we have that times 6 or 7. So that'll continue through 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because the winds will still be strong. Even when the snow stops, it'll continue to blow and drift. So it's rather moderate to heavy through about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it tends to lighten up in intensity by early afternoon, blowing and drifting, and then some of that clearing, but probably not until, say, mid to late afternoon. So for this morning, the heavy snow, strong winds, temperatures only in the teens, wind chill temperatures running at 0 or below. And then during the afternoon, some leftover snow showers, but they're very light. The wind continues to be quite strong, though. Northwest 25 to 35, gusting 45, even 50 miles per hour. That's it, a temperature of only 24 with bitter cold wind chills. And then this is the, wish we had better news here on this, with single-digit temperatures tonight, strong winds and some blowing and drifting of snow. And obviously, many folks will still be in the dark and without heat at that time. And usually with intense snowstorms, when they bypass the area and pull away, they tend to draw on very cold air from Canada and rush that cold, dry air in, and that's why we're forecasting these temperatures tonight only in the single digits. So the center of the storm now intensifying rapidly off the coast of Maine and pulling down some of that cold air. Here's the back edge of the snow. So a ways to go, several more hours before the intensity of the snow lets up. Let's toss it back to you.